Hello everyone. It's Malu reading from Malu Spiritual Place where the spiritual journey begins. And I'm doing this video because I want to share with you a trip that I did with a friend of mine that I love her very much. She is, I will say, like she's my savior sometimes when I feel lost. We went to Blue Spring here in Florida. I think that's Orange City, if I'm not mistaken. If not, she can correct that. Because I was again feeling a little bit lost, and it's been going on this feeling for a while. So she said, like, you know what? Let's go and see manatees. You need to go to the nature. It's time for you to maybe do something different. You always go to the beach. So let's see if this month you can go with me and just see what it could be, just going to a more that kind of nature place, right? So I said, like, okay, but I'm gonna be doing my stuff too. As I promised, I'm going to be doing this video blog about a spiritual travel, or when you are traveling to these places, here, over there, wherever I am, and even if I'm doing normal things, how you can keep balancing, how you can use that experience to keep living the life or being who you are as a spirit, as a spiritual person, how to allow the universe, the spirit, through everything around you, your friends, animals, right? Nature, to help you. So let's start this journey. As you see in the what you're seeing right now, this is a bridge. I remember that when we start going through this place, or when we get there, she took me first to a small place, as you see, with some water. Nothing was there, but it was really clear and stuff. Then, when we kind of start walking around the place, one of the first things that I saw was a bridge. This one. So while I was kind of going through the bridge, I remember that I was thinking, even that I was talking to her, but I was thinking, I was focusing on whatever we were talking, but I was kind of thinking, I would say, like, even it wasn't thinking, it was like talking to myself, to my higher self, not just the human, the spirit, my pure self, right? So I was talking to myself, and I remember that when I saw this bridge, I was like, oh wow, that's beautiful. But my own higher self, my own spirit told me, this bridge is what you are. You have to remember that life and people and your work is a bridge. You are helping others to connect with one point to another. It could be with a loved one, it could be through their own soul path, it could be through their own journey, it could be to the solution that they're looking for. But I needed to remember that in that moment, even my own higher self, that voice or that thought come to me and reminds me that this work, this job that I'm doing, that I'm working for them and for you guys, is like I work for them, for you. It is not just something that I have to do or I'm doing because I feel that is my passion, is my mission, is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's something that I really enjoy, and it could bring people together, not just to me, it could bring other people in this tribe together to share, to know, to really become one, because my tribe is part of me. So they're saying, your life, you are like this bridge. A lot can go through that, but you're gonna stay firm. Nothing can put you down. It's going to allow you. And everything that I was seeing around me, it was part of that bridge. It was part of that journey. So I was kind of enjoying, I was embracing everything that I was seeing in that moment. And I remember that we saw like a spider web, and in that moment I thought, life is like that. We create these webs with people, connections, experience. Life is like that. And the truth is, you know that spider webs are really, really strong. So that makes us stronger, and that protects us. experiences, people can be those that help us to get protected. The spirit world is the same thing. We start doing these webs around the spirit world, around who we are, and embrace it. And sometimes you can see webs getting together, like what it is, the spiritual world and the human experience, creating one. And we are that spider going through one through another thing, verifying. Those that get in the web, it could be problem situations that we overcome. People that maybe we have to let it go now that we're going to eat them, right? But that's the way that it is. So I remember going, I didn't have a way to get a good photo. So, but I remember thinking about that. We keep walking, we keep enjoying, trying to find silence with all of the people that they were there. But universe give us those moments. We have the opportunity to be by ourselves. So check it out. Now, if you see in that video, it was really, really good. We felt the energy. It was for a short time, but it was enough in that moment. Then we keep walking, and I remember seeing this tree, this one that you're seeing here. I remember seeing this tree, and the first thing that this tree told me, I have so many stories to tell. And I kind of like guessed, I just kind of wonder. And I was like, I cannot get close to you, so I'm gonna take a picture. I didn't have the opportunity to talk to the tree or hear the story that this beautiful tree have to tell me, but this tree really knew that I was there and kind of acknowledged. And I was like, I'm gonna have another day. Another day I'm gonna come to you and we're gonna talk. But that it is that because even that I'm having fun, I'm talking to her, I'm going through the process of living anything that it was bothering me, I was putting attention to whatever comes to me, and I never doubted. And I know that you're gonna say, oh, but you know, you have this, you do this. Girls, if you don't doubt, the information keep flowing. I always tell you, don't have expectation. Don't doubt it. Trust and believe what you're receiving. Nature, the universe is always willing to talk to you if you are willing to listen. Okay? So we finally get almost to the end of the bridge, and we saw this huge, she was showing me this huge kind of hole or whatever it called. I forget, she told me the name, but I forget. So but I remember that while I was seeing this, I decided to make I remember that I decided to do this, is when I decided to do this. I remember they were saying like, you need to share this with the people. You need to share this with the tribe. They need to see that you can go around the world. You can go around every place. It's not just about admiring the beautiful, the beauty of the nature. It's not just about this. It's about allowing all of these things to happen. So, kind of like it's bothering me right now. So I remember that while I was doing that, I was looking at this hole that you're seeing in here, and I remember that I felt like how our life can be like that. I think that in that place, kind of like people can go like under, like feet, onto a certain point. And life, it could be like that. We are going to be able to have moments in our life that, like the water, the emotions are not helping us. It could be everything flowing through that hole, right? Because I think that this, I don't remember the name, kind of allow the water get up. So that's how it is in our life. Sometimes we feel that hole, right? Especially if we lost someone. So we feel like the emotions are flowing like crazy, but that doesn't mean that sometimes we can look deep inside of that hole and see the beautiful things that we have in there. Things like memories, love, sharing, that we still have in there. We can still go in there. And I'm not saying that maybe it's not going to hurt, but it's going to allow us. It's going to make us remember the beautiful, that even it could be inside of the most darker moment or darkest moment in your life. So, and then you can go out. And even that is going to stay there. It's going to be that experience, whatever it happens, it's going to be that thing that is always going to be there for us. You can see life around. Did you see these little fishes? Yeah, I have to take photos of them. I love them. So you see those, right? Because we can give life. We still have beauty through those emotions to give to others, to share. Hey, this is my whole. This is all of the emotions that is going and flowing through that. But we still can share this. We can still learn from each other. We can still live in harmony. And I remember feeling those things, and I remember a lot of my tribe members. I remember so many of you that sometimes you are like a river, you are like this kind of even like a lake, like with all of this profundity, like deeper, like all of this deep kind of thing around you. And my hair is bothering me, girls. I'm sorry, but that's the way that I'm seeing it. So I want you to see it. So when you see things like that, try to see it. Try to compare why. Because from all of the places that maybe I was able to go, we can do something. Which she decide, or the spirit, the universe, tell her to take me there. What I was about to learn, what I was asking myself, what it is the thing that I need to learn from here to share with each one of you. And they keep showing me, you want to let them be part of your journey in that aspect as well, in the same way that you are part of their journey. So I was doing that, getting out. I kind of like see this tree, and I told her I cannot go without touching and hugging a tree. You know me. So I hugged this beautiful tree. As you can see, I'm almost in love. I always, it's like it's a special communication with the trees. I don't hug all of the trees. It's just some of them that have a special connection with me. But I remember doing that. But then after that, I see another one, and I needed to touch it. I just needed to touch it. And as you can see in this photo, I was touching it. The first photo that I took, you can see all of the light. And even that it was because the way that I took the photo maybe wasn't the best. I remember that photo was meant to be that way, because that was the way that I was feeling, like all of that light getting inside of me. But not because of the sun, because of my connection in that moment with that tree. I was feeling rejuvenated. I was feeling myself again. It was in that specific moment that I felt it. Then I took a better picture for you guys. But I wanted to show you both of them, because even that sometimes we want to take pictures in certain kind of way, things show in there, maybe it's a message. Maybe they're trying to show you something. So put attention to the photos even when you're taking it in those places. Even that it could be blurry. Just check. If you don't see nothing, then you kind of like make a mistake doing the photo. But if not, it's because they needed to say something. After that, before we went to see if I can finally see a manatee, I decided to take this small video that you're gonna see now, embracing and breathing everything that it was there. Check it out. So now, as you see, I was with my friend and she didn't realize that I was taking that video. I just caught her because she don't like it. But even that I was having fun, I was living my human experience, talking, laughing with her. We were kind of hungry too. I took a couple of seconds just to breathe and tell the universe, I'm listening and thank you. Thank you for whatever you are sharing with me today. So we keep going. As you see, I can see a manatee, and it was moving slow. And in that moment that I saw that manatee moving so slow, I was like, life could be sometimes that way. I remember that in that moment they told me life can be sometimes like that. You feel that maybe you are stuck, you maybe feel that you are not moving fast enough, but you are moving. You keep working harder. And sometimes that's the beauty of life. We can have the time that we need without a hurry. The feeling of needing to do things in this way is from this human experience. The spirit don't have a time. We just flow. As a spirit, as a soul, we just flow. So seeing that, I remember that I was like, it took me years to be in the place. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And since I did create Malu or Malu readings, well, not me, them. It's been almost like 4 or 5 years. And besides, before that, I have another name. Okay? So it took me, but I'm here and finally I'm being able to share this with all of you. Finally, I see my tribe glowing, and even that they're going through their own processes, we're still together. So that manatee remind me that after that we saw this beautiful house, and she told me, let's go. It's an old house, like you can see here. It's a beautiful old house, and it's never been open, so she wanted to enter. And I said, yeah, you know how I love all places. But guess what? I didn't just put a feet in that part of it, and I started seeing things. Like, she already know my face. And she's like, what you're seeing, what happening, tell me. But that's another story that I'm gonna be doing a video, so stay tuned for that video. But before I left, the last thing that I saw in this place, and I'm telling you, we were laughing, we were talking about our life, we were kind of sharing things, we were kind of being friends, talking girl things, woman things, and stuff like that. When we were kind of sitting in this place, and the view, it was beautiful. But I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not going to lie. You see how dark that water looked like? I was petrified. You know, I'm scared of deep things like water, like going deep. First, because I don't know how to swim, and second, because I don't know. I was like, okay, something is going to jump in here, it's gonna eat us or something like that. That is funny, but I'm telling you, I'm afraid of those things. But we start always looking, we can see something in the far away. But we were sitting here, we were really enjoying our human experience and talking and just be friends in that moment. But after we did all of that, I found this tree. It was beautiful in the front, but it was kind of dead in the back. And sometimes we feel like that. Sometimes we feel we have to be this person in front of people. We have to be this beautiful, strong tree, right? Like nothing happened to us. Like we have to keep giving life to others, because basically that's what trees do, right? The oxygen that keep us alive. So sometimes we become that. Yeah, and that is something that touched me. That was a message that really touched me when I was there, because something that I was going on in my life, and it's still going on. I still have to go through my processes, right? So I remember seeing this tree, and when I saw the back part, the back of the tree, I saw this hole that is dying and stuff like that. That is kind of sick, but it's still fighting. It's still giving to others, and that's the beauty. Sometimes we feel that it's not worth it. We feel that everything that we are doing is not enough. We feel that we are literally like dying. And in that moment, nature showed me that you can feel that way. And even if maybe it's kind of happening for real, but that is not how people see you. That is not what you are giving. That is not who you are. You are a beautiful tree that is surviving, that is giving, that is living, and is beautiful with all of this, all of its part, like this beautiful tree. So you are like that. You are that beautiful tree, no matter how damaged. And that tree has been there for years and years and years, surviving any kind of hurricane or whatever has been going on. So you are like that. So no matter how hard life is being with you, nature have a way to show you, no girl, life, yeah, life is like those unexpected things, but you are like that. You are that strong because your roots are really sink in, and you're still getting what is important. You're still connected, you're still grounded, and you're still a loving soul. Not because what you give to others, because what you are doing for yourself. Because when you allow yourself to be that strong and love all of your flaws and virtues for the same, you can keep shining, you can keep living. That doesn't mean that that part of you is not going to be there like the tree, but it's still living. It's still there until it's time for them to go, and it's time for us to go home. So that's how it was my trip. Then we go and eat some hot dog, kind of what, like, before we can have some good meal, right? We wanted just to have something to eat before the trip back home. It was really a beautiful trip. I learned a lot about Blue Springs or manatees. We saw a lot of animals there, even a squirrel that have a really good temper. Let me tell you, it was kind of running out there, and a person it was in their way, and she was looking at that person. I was trying to get a photo for you guys, and she looked at the person didn't move, and she's like, okay, don't move, and and I remember hearing all of those about like, are you moving? Like, you are in my way. And the person looking at the squirrel like, I don't think so. And this is something that I'm hearing in my voice, right? But it was funny to see that. It was really funny, and how the squirrel keep going and moving. So when you are out there, even in a family trip, even in a cleansing or visiting, like it was in Puerto Rico, in the beach, you always can see something. And every time that I do something like that, no matter what I am, no matter what I'm doing, if I have teachings or they want me to share it with you, I want you to be able to be part of my journey. I want to share it with you. I want you to be at my side, walking all of these places, and see what we can learn together. So in the next video, I'm gonna be talking about my experience in that house and in that place, and how I see things and how everything happened. So stay tuned. Soon you're gonna be seeing that video. Thank you, girls. Thank you, tribe. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Have an amazing day.